Saying before, right? When I was talking about ciphers, I was excited. I was like, yo, we was smoking, we was drinking, we was building. Nah, because it was a time like when it first took place, like the first time I ever was in a cipher, I think I was like 13, right? Maybe 14. And it was like these two dudes that I knew. They used to airbrush, right? They was on like the roster side of things. It was Sean. Hold on. Marty and Sean Hardy, I think. Hold on. One of them was Sean, and the other one was, I know one of them was Sean Hardy. David. Sean and David Hardy. That was their name. Sean and David Hardy. And they was cool as shit. They used to do airbrushing and shit, right? Excuse my language. I've been getting loose with my tongue lately. And I'm noticing it. Like my last couple of videos, like the F bomb and the S bomb been coming out, and I've been really trying to work on it. Cause my word is ish. I always say that. I've been saying this for a minute, and now I hear a lot of people be trying to say my word, yo. I ain't even mad at you. Work on your ish too. You know what I mean? I need to keep working on mine because I'm slipping last couple of days. So excuse me, please. You know, I'm still working. Divine's still working on me. I ain't even mad to say that, but I'm the first one to point out my flaws and then keep pushing. Anyway, Cypher, right? It was like, well, anyway, before I get that, it's so in depth in the Cypher. Sean and David Hardy, they used to do airbrushing. So I used to always go to their house anyway, like, yo, you drawing something? So they used to do t-shirts for everybody in the hood. You can go to them and get a t-shirt done. They'll put any cereal box or cartoon on your shirt or whatever on the t-shirt, you can wear it, right? So I had me a big grown man t-shirt because I was little. I wanted the baggy t-shirt, so he had hooked me up. I can't remember the first thing he did for me. The very first thing he did for me, I can't remember. It might have been like Snoopy or something like that, or Charlie Brown. I can't remember. But I know he did me eventually. The very first thing, I can't remember, yo. It was a minute. I had like a couple of them, yo. It's crazy. I'm sitting there thinking about it right now because I can't remember them shirts. That's crazy. But yeah, he did some dope joints for me. Anyway, they introduced me to the Cypher. So one day I go over there. It was always like I said, it was on that roster shit. They was smoking. They'll be listening to Bob Marley, you know what I'm saying? They'll be reading about Haile Selassie, you know what I'm saying? They'll be in the Bible, you know what I mean? They'll be in the Quran. They just be in all types of different, you know what I'm saying? They was even had books about Buddha, you know what I'm saying? Stuff about the 5%. Like they had all types of information. So this one day, I guess they was about to start a cipher. They had people coming over there. So they was like, you too little. And I was like, no, I ain't. I'm ready. It's like, all right, we see you, so let me chill or whatever. My mother was like, you should let me know. I would never let you go over there. So I was like, I told her mad years later, like, yeah, nah, I had a half a shot of, because they gave me like a half a shot of Bailey's Irish cream, right? Jamaican shit, Bailey's Irish cream. He didn't give me like a whole, he gave me like a little teeny bit, and he let me smoke with him. And after I drank like the half a shot and I smoked, you know what I'm saying, on some Rasta Green, everybody started talking, and it was like, it was crazy because I was sitting down like mind blown at the stuff they were saying. They was like, that God exists in you. People want to put your partner in and do this and do that, but God exists in you. It was mind blowing to me. I was like, wow, like and then another brother would jump in, he'll say his piece, and another brother interrupt him and say his piece, and it was like they was ciphering. It was like the energy was jumping from one to another, and it was going around in the room, hitting everybody else. And then my brother jumped up, my stepbrother jumped up and said something. I was like, what you know? I was like, you know something? I was like, oh, wow, you know something? And it inspired me, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm watching it go around the room. You know what I'm saying? And when it came to me, I was like, I want to say something. They was like, say something. And I said something. I don't even remember what I said, but it was like, yeah. And I remember when I stood up to speak, the sun got real bright and the light came through the window real bright. Like it was like the sun was right there. It even got hot in there. It got hot in there. I remember that. My brother was like, yo, you tapped in. He was like, I don't know how you did that, but it got hot in there. I was like, word. And I was young. I was like 13, 14 years old, yo. Probably younger than that, to keep it 100. I probably was younger than that because we were still in the Ville. So it was a minute ago. Like a minute ago. I probably was like 11 or 12, yo. Maybe 12. But anyway, I said my piece or whatever, and they was like, yeah, young God, speak the truth, speak the truth. And I was feeling it. I was just feeling the vibe, you know what I'm saying? It could have had something to do with me sipping a little bit of the Irish cream, you know what I mean, the Bailey's Irish cream, or even smoking the blunt, you know what I mean? It could have had a lot to do, but it was the balance of the type of energy that was in the room. I've been in situations, because, you know, I'm an adult, so I've been in situations where we do the same normal shit that we've been doing, and it just was so heavy. Like if you go other places and the energy is dark, the people are dark, and you trying to call yourself chilling, smoking and drinking, and you hanging out, it's not the same. It's just not the same. It don't work the same with that type of energy. And that type of energy causes people to be in the worst situations. I ain't gonna get off topic, but I just wanted to specify on that because I made it a point in that video when I said it at the end. I was like, yo, we was smoking, we was drinking. And I wanted to put a damper on that because it wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like I was throwing up shots with everybody and we was, yeah. It wasn't that type of energy. You know what I'm saying? It was raw spiritual. And that's just the best way I can give it to you. But it was controlled, you know what I'm saying? And they wasn't going to let me go and do nothing stupid, right? So anyway, these ciphers, after this first one, you know, I would get into a few other them, and I would always be running into elders. It was like that was my magnetism at that point. Like I started magnetizing that type of energy because I wanted to be in that energy all the time. So as a young dude, like I'm calling that in my heart, like I want that. So I'm meeting other dudes that build or got some type of spiritual knowledge or some type of something. You know what I'm saying? Like everywhere I go. And I'm finding myself in ciphers everywhere I go, all the way up the East Coast, you know what I'm saying? From New York all the way down, you know what I'm saying, to the Carolinas. Like, it was crazy, you know what I'm saying? So it was a thing. Like having a cipher was a thing, you know what I'm saying? And I remember catching like a mind fart one day, and the dude asked me about a cipher. I was like, yeah, we have a cipher. And then dude started rapping. I was like, what you doing? We about to cipher. He was like, yeah, we ciphering. I was like, what you rapping? He's like, yeah, it's a cipher. I'm like, oh, I thought y'all wanted to build. He was like, oh, you 5%. I was like, nah. Normally when you cipher, we be, you know, building on knowledge of self, whatever, any type of knowledge, like, and you know, the light points. He was like, oh, you really be building. Like, it was like what I was talking about was dying. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know it was dying because it was new to me. This is probably, you know, 10 years after I had already, you know, been established in doing ciphers. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was already dying out. And I didn't even know nothing about it. It was mind blowing to me. And I was like, yo, niggas don't even be doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and me talking to somebody else, somebody knew about it, but it was like distant in his mind already. Like, oh, you do it how they used to do. I was like, used to do it. I just learned. Like, I'm really just getting started myself. I'm still, you know, I'm only fresh 5-10 years in, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, ciphers was a part of the black male culture, you know what I'm saying? And it had everything to do with, you know, similarities to the barbershop feel, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, at Big Mama table, you know what I'm saying? Or 5, 6, 7, 8 brothers in the backyard, you know what I'm saying, sitting in the barn, just, you know, doing what they do. It had that feel of real connection. And it's just something that we don't do no more, you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't happen no more. And it got renamed. I don't even know how the Matrix ended up renaming it. It's like other people called wind of it and they renamed it within going through music, knowing that music was going down a tunnel before it even got started. Like, it was going down a drain before it got started. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just a piece of our history that was powerful, and I wanted to share that with y'all. You know what I mean? To understand that ciphers is something that we did as black men in a culture. Like, we used to get together and chill, and we would build on spiritual knowledge, whether it was knowledge itself for the area and what was going on. You see what I'm saying? Or whatever collective knowledge brothers was bringing to the table, and to be able to verse each other with the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Being able to say something because of what brother says sparks something in you because you studying. You see what I'm saying? And it sparks something in you to allow you to add on to that food, you know what I'm saying, and make the plate bigger. The next brother pick up from what, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just fire how that connection would happen. I don't even hear nobody talking like that no more. Like, it don't even exist. But it exists in me. And since I'm still holding it and I'm old enough here to remember that, I wanted to share that story with you. You already know the vibes. NAGA.